She kissed me goodbye, said she was headed to her mother's for the weekend. I dropped her at the train station myself, so why, an hour later, was she in my kitchen, smiling, humming, offering me a custard tart she never baked? Something was off. Terrifyingly off. If you've ever questioned reality, if you've ever felt like something was watching, waiting, or wearing someone you love, hit that like button and subscribe. This isn't just a ghost story. It's a slow unraveling of truth, memory, and the darkest kind of betrayal. Let's get into it, they say. Writing is a lonely job. They don't tell you it's also a maddening one for the past few months. I had been really trying to pull myself together and finish a story I owed to Eddie, my editor. He wanted a second part to that popular ghost story I'd published in his magazine. He said, "The readers are begging for more." I lied and said it's in progress, but the truth. I hadn't written a single word. I was burnt out. Scraped. Clean. Every time I opened my notebook or sat in front of the blinking cursor, all I saw was white. Not peace, not clarity, emptiness. Not to mention, the story I did put my heart into, the one I cared about more than anything, was rejected. Doesn't match our current voice, they said. Too personal, too quiet. Quiet, God forbid, a story whispers instead of screams, right? Anyway, Jessica, my wife, had been planning to visit her mother for weeks. The train ticket sat on our dresser like a reminder. You'll finally have some peace. And I needed that peace. A weekend alone to write, think, breathe. So I dropped her at the station, kissed her goodbye, watched her walk toward the platform. Suitcase rolling behind her. Finally, I was alone. I made some tea, cleared my desk, sat down, and stared at the page. Nothing. Then I heard it. Creak. The unmistakable sound of our kitchen floorboard. Warped slightly near the sink. It only groaned like that when someone stepped just right. My heart slowed, then thudded again. I leaned back in my chair, listening. We live alone. No pets. No guests. Jessica was gone. Maybe it's the house settling, I muttered another. Creak. Nope, that wasn't the house. I stood up slowly. The hallway stretched dark and still, but at the end of it, just visible around the corner a shoulder. A figure. I walked forward, and then froze. She was there. Jessica, in the kitchen. Back turned. Humming softly, my stomach nodded. Jessica. She didn't turn. "I'm doing the dishes, dear," she said cheerfully. I just ate a custard. Tart. Her voice was calm, familiar, but the back of my neck tingled. "I dropped you off an hour ago, at the station." She giggled lightly. I took a cab back. I felt like having a custard tart. That didn't make sense. She'd been so excited about this trip. She hadn't seen her mother in 6 months. "You'll miss your train." She stopped moving, still didn't turn. "No one's waiting for me." Her tone had changed, flat, cold. Something was deeply wrong, Jess. "Are you okay?" "Yes, dear." "You want a tart?" "It's delicious." "No thanks. I think you should go. Your mom's expecting you." She started humming again, a tune I didn't recognize. Then softly, "Greater than Alan. We remember when we met 4. "The first time? What?" "You used to stalk me around campus," she said, still cheerful, like a little bug. I used to like that too. I swallowed hard. She was reciting our past, word for word. Things we never told anyone else. You'd sneak into the dorm lounge just to leave flowers on my desk. I'd bake you treats. 'Member? Custard tarts. You always said it reminded you of home. My mouth opened, but no sound came out. I still. "Think about that night," she added, her voice shifting. "And then the night I almost drowned in the pool." My heart stopped. "I would have died, Alan, if you hadn't pulled me out." Her voice distorted like 2 people speaking at once. One high, one low, one soft, one shrill. I took a step back. "Jess, what are you saying? You love? Me, right, of course? Then why are you hiding things?" "I'm not. Don't lie." That voice again, twisting, warping. "You didn't tell me about the rejection letter? From the Irkwood Tales, the one you really cared about." My jaw clenched. "How do you know about that?" "I know, Alan." It was a pause. Then she turned, just slightly. enough for me to glimpse her cheek. Asterisk, 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 but off, pale. Like she'd been sitting in the fridge next to the tart. Too smooth. Wax-like. Her smile was wrong. Too wide, too fixed, and she still wasn't facing me fully. I'm looking at you, she said. Don't you want to taste it? My pulse was roaring now. I was shaking. That's when my phone rang. Loud, jarring. I jumped, pulling it from my pocket. Eyes still locked on her half-turned form. She tilted her head toward me. Take it, dear. That sounds like someone who cares about you, I answered. Jessica's. Voice, clear, distant, cheerful. Greater than, hey, honey, I reached here safely. I'll be staying the night. There's a custard tart left in the fridge. Take care. My blood ran cold. The thing in the kitchen smiled wider, then vanished. Gone. In an instant, no. Footsteps. No sound. No fading presence. Just gone. That night, I didn't sleep. I didn't eat the tart. I deleted the ghost story I had been pretending to write, and wrote instead. The story you're hearing now, it poured out of me like water. From a burst pipe, not fiction. It's not fantasy. The truth, the rage, the fear, the feeling of being invaded in my mind, in my home, in my memory. It was finally writing something real, something raw, something no editor could claim was too quiet. The story went viral. Eddie begged for rights to serialize it. I said no, because this story, this was mine, and the best revenge wasn't screaming into the void, was making the void. Scream back some ghosts don't come from cemeteries. They come from our regrets, our burnout, the lives we swore we wanted, but never truly lived. Sometimes, revenge isn't about hurting something that hurt you. It's about asterisk, finally facing it. If this story gave you chills, hit that like button and tell us in the comments. Asterisk, have you ever felt like something was watching you? It's asterisk subscribe for more spintingling Reddit revenge tales where justice isn't always what you expect, but it always finds a way.